Hey, everybody, it's Christian Pedersen, joined by Dan Dickau, back for another episode of the Gonzaga Nation podcast. We're digging into the mailbag for this one, answering the fan-submitted questions that you guys got to us on all of our social media at Fan Nation Zags. Thank you, as always, for sending these in. Dan, thank you for sitting in. I think you fared pretty well in terms of the public reaction to last week's 3-on-3 team. It didn't seem like anybody was too feathers ruffled or anything like that. I think we got some easy ones for you this week. This one kind of came to us from all angles on social media because Josh Allen stepped in it and said, maybe not. I don't know. This is why we were asking you your opinion, saying that the Big Mac was the best of the fast food hamburgers. So people want to know, what do you rank? I want to know number one, but I will give room for maybe like a 1A, 1B, because you could be in the moods for different stuff.
Big Mac, holy cow. I think I've had one Big Mac in the last 15 years, so I definitely would not agree with that. Burger King's kind of fell off the wayside. There's not very many Burger Kings anymore in Spokane. The Whopper used to be good. It's probably been 10 years since I've had a Whopper. I got to go deep into my Northwest roots to come up with the best fast food burger, and that's pretty much anything at Burgerville, USA. It's a franchise that's based around the Portland area. It goes as far north as Chehalis Centralia on I-5, so about an hour and a half from Portland. It goes south to about Salem, which is about an hour south of Portland, and then east to the Dalles and the Gorge, about an hour and 15 minutes. So there's not a lot of them. So anytime I get back down to the Portland, Vancouver area, I make sure to check out Burgerville. I'm not a big fast food guy, but Burgerville is good food fast. That's what I think that's one of their taglines, because it's not really fast food, but their Tillamook cheeseburger is off the charts good. If you just want a simple burger, their spread that they use is a special sauce. It's pretty spectacular, the double beef cheeseburger. So if you want to complain about my choice,
no,
I'm not going to hear it, because Burgerville, USA is the best fast food place out there. Don't even come at me with In-N-Out. Don't come at me with Five Guys. None of those. Not even close.
I know that In-N-Out is not the best burger chain around because their fries are just as good as their burgers, and you shouldn't have that at a good burger chain. You should have the burgers are the superstars of the meal. In-N-Out good though, but yeah, no. Second one we got coming in, and remember, you can get at us at Fan Nation Zags on all of the social media to ask Dan your questions. Dan, someone on our Facebook wanted to know, with all the talking that we have done about teams leaving the WCC, say the roles were reversed and you could add one team to the WCC, who would it be and why?
Yeah, I mean, obviously BYU's out of the league now. Pacific joined the league. We're coming up on about 10 years now that the Pacific's been in the league. But if they were going to add one more to make it kind of that even number again for scheduling purposes, I think one of two schools, to be honest with you, makes sense. Grand Canyon University in Phoenix makes a lot of sense. The other one that makes sense would be Seattle University, right here in the state of Washington, Seattle in the WAC. I think it would be a tough add to bring Seattle U on, simply because Gonzaga dominates the attention in the Northwest. And I don't know if Gonzaga, the school, now I don't have this on record, I'm just imagining, I don't know if Gonzaga would want another member in the league kind of cutting into their media market, because by media market, I'm including Seattle in that Gonzaga footprint of interest. So I think if there were going to be one, it would probably be Grand Canyon University, and that's another good up-and-coming media market in Phoenix. And, they're a good team too. Gonzaga played them in the NCAA tournament, and, Bryce Drew's a phenomenal coach.
I think that's kind of all you need to say, is that Gonzaga played them in the NCAA tournament. They were one of at least 64 of the top teams in the country. So I had not thought of that. That would be a great ad, because they don't have football either. I don't think they do.
I don't believe so, but their arena. I have not been to a game there. I haven't called one there, but I've heard it's a great atmosphere. The student section, I believe they call them the Herd, does a really good job of, getting ready for the opponent.
Last question we got, and a reminder to everybody, you can submit these at Fan Nation Zags on whatever social media you use. Someone wanted to know, who do you think is going to be the starting five for Gonzaga first game of the year?
Oh, these ones are always tough, because there's lots of directions and angles you can go. Gonzaga was lucky last year. They really had no injuries, so I believe they had the same starting five every single game. I think the backcourt's going to be Nolan Hickman and Ryan Emhart. I've said it thousands of times, hundreds on this podcast as well. Gonzaga's and Coach Few's best teams have always had two playmaker point guards on the team, ball handler, decision makers, playmakers, whatever you want to call them. And so I think those two start together in the backcourt. I think Graham Ike is a clear-cut starter. Anton Watson isn't going to come back for a fifth year and not start. So those would be two of your three in the front court. And so I think you're really now just figuring out who's going to be your three, who's that wing with a little bit of size. And, you know, they want to go young, could go Dusty Stromer. They could also go with the South Korean. I believe it's June is his name. I'll get the pronunciation correct by the season, but I've heard great reports on him. They could go really big, honestly, and slide Anton to the three and put Ben Gregg at the four. That's a possibility that could happen. You know, but that all being said, I got four entrenched that I'm not going to back away from. I got to get down to a summer practice first and give you and get some eyes on some workouts before I give you that fifth. But if I have to go out on a limb now,
no, that's good. That is perfect content teasing for later. Is we've got our four locked in, but stay tuned to Gonzaga Nation for when the fifth one is ready.
You don't want to hear it because I'll go there, and I know somebody will come at me and they'll say I was wrong, right?
Hit it, Dan.
Coach Few values shooters, so I think Dusty Stromer is going to be that starter at that three. Brings more size than you probably think, and Coach Few always places an emphasis on shooting.
There you go, Dan. Thank you very much for answering everything we have in the mailbag this week. Remember, as we always say, you can find us at Fan Nation Zags on all the social media.
I already screwed it up. I told you I was going to leave someone out, right? Steel Venters, Eastern. Boom. My bad. I knew I was valuing shooting. I didn't have the roster written right in front of me. Dusty Stromer is going to have a tremendous career, but Steel Venters will start at the three. There you go. My fault.
That is why we are not the coaches. We are the pundits. We are out to do that because it's no harm, no foul this far out from the season. And as we were saying, you can follow us at Fan Nation Zags wherever you get your social media. You can follow, subscribe Gonzaga Nation wherever you get your podcasts. Thank you everyone for tuning in. We'll talk to you guys next time.